Let's dive right in. I'm going to be stepping into the role of your senior strategic consultant for this explainer, because right now, we are facing a massive inflection point. AI is fundamentally changing the research landscape. It's opening up these unprecedented opportunities. But look, here's the reality check. AI tools alone don't change institutions. Leaders do. None of the fancy new methodologies or publishing models are going to shift unless people are actually willing to challenge the status quo. So today, we're figuring out exactly what it means to lead that transformation.
Okay, let's dive into this analogy, because it's a really good one. Leading research transformation is literally like being an architect who's designing a gleaming new skyscraper. But, and here's the catch, people are still living in the old brick building right underneath it. You can't just evict everyone, tear down the old systems overnight, and expect it all to work out. No way. You've got to understand what's already working, preserve those foundations, and skillfully guide your team into a better AI-integrated reality, all while the actual daily work of research just keeps humming along.
So here is our architectural blueprint for the day. 1. The research inflection point. 2. Architecting the transformation. 3. Building your coalition. 4. Real-world transformation leaders. And 5. Your leadership legacy. We're mapping out a real, actionable strategic plan across these 5 areas. Let's get to it. Starting with Section 1, the research inflection point, escaping the status quo. Now, what's really interesting here is understanding that the default state of any massive institution is just continuity. Systems basically maintain themselves because, well, it's the path of least resistance. The default system relies on established paths and old-school metrics, and just waiting for someone else to step up and fix it, that's basically abdicating your responsibility. A transformed system demands a leader with the vision and, honestly, the courage to push for early adoption, embrace AI-native methodologies, and empower folks across the entire board.
Let's ground this with a real-world scenario to put it into perspective. Imagine you're a social science researcher. Traditionally, manually coding hundreds of interview transcripts to find underlying themes takes weeks. It's tedious, mind-numbing work. But with AI tools, that exact same process becomes a single day's work, 1 day. And this doesn't replace the researcher. Actually, it liberates them. It frees them up to do the high-level work, interpreting patterns, questioning the AI's categorizations, building actual theory. That massive leap in capability is exactly why we have to drive this change. Moving on to Section 2, architecting the transformation, your blueprint and values. So before erecting new incentive structures, you've got to pour a solid foundation. And honestly, this is where calibrating your AI judgment skills is absolutely crucial. You need a quick mental checklist for evaluating task risk versus the AI's actual capability. Because, let's be real, AI can sometimes hallucinate fake citations or fabricate statistics completely out of thin air. That is exactly why your non-negotiable core values, things like research integrity, ethical responsibility, human agency, inclusion, and openness, have to be fiercely protected. If you don't explicitly integrate these principles into your blueprint, the whole building is going to eventually collapse. And keep in mind, transforming a culture is absolutely a marathon. It's not a sprint. Year 1, that's all about your foundational work and snagging those quick wins to build up some momentum. Years 2 and 3 are when you really expand the infrastructure and policies. And honestly, it isn't until years 4 and 5 that these new systems finally embed into normal, everyday practice. Real, lasting transformation requires the patience to work on a 5 to 10-year time frame. Otherwise, you're just going to burn yourself out. Which brings us to Section 3, building your coalition, the construction crew. Because let's face it, no single person can transform a complex research institution entirely by themselves. You have to manage the people living in that old building we talked about. It's super easy to fall into a messiah complex, thinking you have all the answers, or worse, just flat out ignoring the pushback. But remember, resistance is completely normal. Researchers have built their entire professional identities around the old systems. So instead of dismissing their very real fears, you have to build coalitions, address their concerns directly, secure those early wins, and delegate. So here is your actionable playbook. 4 steps you can literally start taking right now. First, truly understand your current systems and who actually benefits from them. Second, build a coalition of allies who share your vision. Third, create winning pilots that vividly demonstrate the new AI methods working successfully. And fourth, actually scratch that, pay really close attention to this one because it's the absolute linchpin. Remove barriers and change incentives. If your institution is still evaluating researchers strictly on traditional publication metrics, just telling them to be innovative with AI, yeah, that simply won't work. The incentives have to match the vision.
And to achieve this massive cultural shift at scale, you absolutely cannot be a micromanager. We call the alternative distributed leadership. Leaders who try to centralize everything and control every tiny little detail, they just end up creating massive bottlenecks. Effective architects do the exact opposite. They distribute authority, they hand resources to local champions, and they publicly celebrate the people out there doing the hard work of demonstrating these new practices.
Okay, Section 4, Real-World Transformation Leaders, Architects in Action. And this brilliantly illustrates how change scales depending on your actual position. Let's look at 3 quick examples. A university president can set a sweeping 10-year vision, reallocate massive systemic resources, and turn the whole institution into a global AI leader. But hey, maybe you're a department chair. Your strategy might be a 5-year plan focused on securing small, confidence-building wins, like hosting AI literacy workshops, which slowly melts away that resistance over time. Or perhaps you're a research integrity officer, implementing a 3-year plan to build out training programs so those tricky, novel ethical questions are handled safely. The main takeaway, you can architect change from wherever you stand. Finally, Section 5, Your Leadership Legacy, Handing Over the Keys. As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to think about the long-term sustainability of the culture you're building today. Here's the reality of your legacy. The researchers we remember 50 years from now won't be the ones with the absolute most citations. Nope, they're going to be the leaders who fundamentally changed how research works. A true transformational legacy isn't about padding your resume or scoring the most grants. It means building an institutional capability that outlasts your own tenure. It's about careful succession planning, knowing when to step back, and leaving behind a resilient, ethical framework that keeps thriving long after you've handed over the keys. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Transformation is incredibly hard work, for sure. It takes tremendous patience and a lot of political capital. But waiting for someone else to design the future, that is not a strategy. So what is the one aspect of research culture you are going to transform? And what specific action will you take in the next 30 days to start building that better system? Get your blueprints ready, gather your coalition, and let's get to work.